Do you know what Kino means?
No.
About as internet is top kick, like.
Wait, isn't that a bad word?
Top kick?
Oh wait, you're saying something else.
What did you think I said?
It's a K word. It's a bad word for Jewish people.
No, I would never slander Jewish people.
Guys, she's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber. I kind of
Kinetic Kel?
Kinetic Kel. Why, you know her?
The cat is making things difficult.
Typical Destiny apology move. Using the cat for sympathy, dude.
Okay, anyways.
Thank you for joining me this evening. Do you want to just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm scared to be here. I am an engineer.
Isn't it crazy that we came out of the same family? I'm like, we have an engineer and a career alcoholic. Alright, how do you feel about mega churches? Mega Christian churches?
I mean, I do think that there's a lot of issues with organized religion when people elevate shame and use it against people. We went to a mega church growing up. That church was basically like Baby Hillsong. It was definitely way more about the kind of style they had than actually interpreting the Bible or talking about how they could change the world.
Dude, that same church, one of the pastors that was pretty prominent ended up getting like busted a couple of years later for embezzling like hundreds of thousands of dollars out of the church. You know what? You know where it starts, Molly? You know why they're all comfortable? To receive, you must give, right? And that is what Kenneth Copeland is going to teach us about today in today's sermon. So without further ado, let us get into this together, okay?
Giving offerings. Tonight's offering will be a named seed. I remember during World War II, nearly everybody had what they called victory gardens. And Mama could plant a garden. I mean, it just looked like it just.
Oh.
It just.
Even just the
looked
fact
like
that he
it
does
just
the classic pasture, like
blessed. Mama would go to the store and buy the seed, and
at least he wears a suit.
The government,
That's
they bought
true.
you seed.
His tie's pretty
You
nice.
could get good seed. I mean, it wasn't bad or mingled or spoiled seed. It's good seed.
Get good seed. What do you think he means by that?
I think he's talking about the Bible verse when Jesus is like, if you sow good seeds, then you reap what you sow, and you know.
What did Jesus mean by that? Go get good seed? Did Jesus say that?
Get out
And
there. I think this is church.
came in a little
Have some respect.
and had a little stick in the package.
Amen.
You dirty-minded.
And you take the little stick out, you plant the seed, and then you take that stick and stick it in the slough.
Stop. Are you serious?
That does require a pause.
What's
That does
in that
require
little
a pause.
seed package, and you
Stick it
put
in the
that
row.
up at the end of the row, and there was a picture on the front of it
And that's what we call Playboy magazine.
of what you planted in that
Yikes.
row. That's nice. You know what you planted there. So later on, you're not trying to eat chrysanthemums or something.
Such a comedian.
Anyway, I guess that's the way you say that, ain't it?
Also, what is it with what is it? Not the Congress. What do you call like a group of churchgoers? My Congress.
I think you're thinking of like the congressional, but
Yes. Yeah. Wait, does that not sound like Congress? Congressional? Are you serious?
yeah. But that's not the word we're looking for. What word is it? Someone's gonna know.
This is
Someone's
a
certainly gonna know,
scriptural
but that's not.
thing.
It's the
to do.
congregation. That's what it is.
The
That's
thing
what
that's
it is.
marvelous
Maybe you don't even need to go to college, guys. Listen.
See, I got the
about
church vocab. Don't worry about it.
sowing seed,
Oh,
especially
sorry. But I was gonna say, it's just how they all fucking have the same laugh.
Where the
like the
seed-
same like courtesy laugh.
of money
I
is
know.
concerned.
It sounds like a
Because
paid
money
promotion.
can represent
It
anything
is a broadcast.
that it could buy. You understand the principle
Don't talk to me
behind
like I'm stupid.
I'm going to have to go over here to Gloria and get me some offering money. This ain't nothing new, I can tell you. Bless her. $200.
$200. Okay. I'll give you 20.
Come on now. Don't make me beg.
There's your-
There's one.
That was just-
There's two.
it was just sort of
God bless
random.
you, sister.
I mean,
Do you remember that video that I showed you of Channel 5 where he was going around looking for reparations at the Ohu reparations march?
She's so good to me.
That's exactly what that reminds me of.
Can I have $5?
Are you serious?
Is the husk. Those of you that ever planted anything that comes from the country, you know.
It's like we haven't talked about the Bible in how many minutes now?
And you
the thing is, he didn't even kick it off with the verse about planting the seed. He's just talking, well, Jesus would have planted the seed. It's like, okay, bro.
It'll cause it to rot. That ground's trying to grow everything you stick in it. That's its job. That's what it does. Well, this same thing happens in the spirit. The husk is the carrier. And you sow it into a ministry. You sow it into somebody's life.
I love how he's like, oh, you help someone else out, you give it to the church. But he does not mean that. He means you gave it to the church.
Then the money is the carrier, and you water it with your praise.
What do you need the money for in this lesson?
And it will.
Well, he's saying that like by you planting the seed with the money, by you donating to the church, you're going to get back all of that and then some. Because that's like his big mantra. And keep in mind, all of this is being broadcast to millions of people on TV every Sunday. So
that's all judgment is harvest of bad seed. The destiny and the harvest is present in the seed itself.
He's like, give me a kidney, give me your house.
Because I inquired of him about it today.
He said, I know what God has to say because I inquired about it myself.
Now, I know specifically towards what I'm sowing.
We're so many corridors away from the Bible.
Manifestation of healing.
Yep.
I just want to get back. I just want one Bible verse. That's all I ask for on a Sunday morning.
Ollie, can you give us a Bible verse?
No, that's why I go to church, to get it from the pastor who's not giving it to me right now.
True.
Have my healing. Look at Galatians 6, verse 6. God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. Now he says, there are things that get in your spirit. They're very tasty.
Is that the Bible verse? Wait, can we get a fact check? Can we get a community notes on Twitter, please?
Later, something happened and you forgot about it and so forth. That's what Jesus was talking about in Mark 4 when he said the sower sows the word. Satan come immediately, tried to take it out. But he that hath ears to hear.
I don't think that's Galatians 6. Is that Galatians 6?
Can we get a fact check? Can we get a community notes on Twitter, please?
You know what's funny? Galatians 6 is about, like, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently.
And the things that we're hearing.
It's not even the right Bible verse?
And watch yourselves, or you may also be tempted. So it's ironic that he is referencing Galatians 6, where it's basically telling these people to like help save him and to not fall into temptation this way.
That is what I fucking call. That is what I call divine intervention, dude.
It says carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. I think giving away all your money to the church is not carrying each other's burdens. Everyone thinks they are something when they are not. They deceive themselves. Everyone should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. For each one should carry their own load. So yeah, he's literally like...
Do you know what mogged means?
Yes.
You just absolutely mogged this pastor, dude. You just absolutely mogged Kenneth Copeland.
Probably. I mean, he just did it himself. I mean, this verse is literally just like do not be tempted into sin, and like help carry each other's burdens so that you can all be at peace. And he's just like, give me some money.
He literally walked up to that lady. He's like, 200, please. But that's my problem too. What's the word of the You said it best, because when we were talking about our megachurch not that long ago, you were like, oh, that's like. That's like pharmacy behavior, but the word's not pharmacy.
He's the Pharisees. The Pharisees.
Yeah. Pharisee behavior, dude. Like, just wait for the big reveal.
Just where it's very cliquey and very performative religion.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I post about reading the Bible in bed on Saturdays on my Instagram, and it's like super cute, and like I talk about God and my little captions of my like Christian family and my like super filtered pictures and whatever, and it's like they're not actually like following any of the like Bible advice or like living that out.
He was landing in a private airport in his private plane, one of his private planes.
About why you don't want to fly commercial. You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No,
Jeez.
listen to me just a second. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need.
Not the people.
If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah.
The most politician pivot to just be like, oh, my wife loves this show.
I love what you guys are doing. Thank you for your work.
Question. A lot of people think it's
That's a CopyZilla expose.
For a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 100, let's see, the latest figures just came out.
This is making him look worse.
122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Nothing to do with money.
That doesn't have anything to do with money.
And wait, how do you quantify that?
Scheduled
Do they have like a poll up?
for Lagos, Nigeria. That's a long
Lagos?
ways.
Legoland?
I had a week off, and I was scheduled for Peru. And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem.
Tell me that is not Satan himself.
Without the airplane that
Tell me that is
I bought
not
from Tyler
Satan
Perry,
himself behind
and
those
I
eyes.
didn't pay anywhere. And
He just
Tyler's
looks
one of the greatest girls.
Look at that, dude! Like, are you serious? If I have ever seen a real example of possession, it is that man fucking giving her the bombastic side eye.
He just looks very shallow, like very hollow.
Like,
It's
bro. I don't think there's
nothing
nothing
there.
behind those eyes. I think there is Satan behind those eyes, okay? I believe in God again because I know Satan's real because that man has the devil in his eyes, okay?
I mean, those are pretty devilish eyes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Girl math.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance.
Oh my
here,
God,
Inside
his ears
Edition.
are ringing.
I love your eyes. And here's what happened. We flew in 21 days, 70 hours, 40,000 miles, touched 5 continents.
Okay, pause. I'm like, we'll save this conversation for another day, but I'm like, that makes me think you're fucking doing exactly what our old church did. Going to some African country and being like, we're gonna help you, but also you have to sit here and like listen to Bible seminars for like 12 hours a day. Fuck whatever local religion you have. Like, I'm sorry to anyone that went on like a mission trip, okay, because like it seems like a noble and like commendable thing to do. I do not blame you, and I am inspired by the fact that you want to do better for the world. And I think it's not just the fucking kids over there that are targeted. I think it's you. They're trying to breed like an agreeable group of people. But I'm like, I'm like, at the risk of looking like a libtard, that is just like diet colonization, okay? Like, please just help the people without stipulations of religion. Like,
diet colonization. It's definitely performative because you know that, like, there's so much you can do for your own communities. And if you're like, oh, we need to do this whole trip. We need to do this whole cool thing. We need to spend all this money to go It's like, no, you don't.
That's the thing with megachurches. It's always
You don't.
to keep the broadcast on. It costs a lot of money to do the broadcast and fly all these people in private jets. Of course it does. It costs all this money to make an album. It costs all this money to like send our people to Uganda so they can take pictures of like the little African children and be like, look, they found Jesus. Look what we did. Oh, they gotta post their expensive Instagram pictures and pay all of their people like $150,000 a year.
It's so ugly to see. It's crazy.
Yeah. God is dead and we killed him. Sorry.
This guy seems like he killed him a little bit.
It's like being on Santa's naughty list. You're like, I don't want to fucking like disparage the Lord Jesus Christ because I don't want to like burn in case I die in my sleep. I don't want to like burn in hell for eternity by like
leveraging the guilt. Leveraging the guilt. Good to have like a standard. That's the thing. People like. I don't think it's good that we're like moving completely away from religion and spirituality. Like we definitely need a lot of like spirituality and religion. We just need discipline in our lives. We need discipline and morality. But it just provides a structure for manipulation of power dynamics. Because you have to have this kind of trusting relationship with it. So it's difficult, and there's a lot of evil people. So most of them take advantage of such things. I think we all know, like, the people with, like, the most, like, Jesus in them are usually, you know, not sitting in a megachurch somewhere. They're usually walking along the side of the road or talking to somebody on a trip or, you know, working at your local shelter.
It's good. See, we're not ostracizing either side of my audience here, the believers or the non-believers, okay?